So basically, November, December last year, lots of things changed for us because that we travelled around country in our bus with all our kids for quite a few years, and then we set up camp and we built our off-grid space from scratch. And I can hear myself laughing.
So you had some land and you built.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
it here. And what happened was, of course, with all the geoengineering and whatnot, we had drought because they make a lot of money out of drought. So we didn't like what we were seeing, and it was just awful. I mean, we remember we were looking after Josie, the little kangaroo.
Yes, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's beautiful and everything, but it's also devastating at the same time. So with all the kids, and they were becoming teenagers, we just went, okay, come on, let's bring some more joy. So we went to the beach, and then you caught up with us there, and I started a art therapy for women group, and all the women came, and it was just beautiful. And just watching them actually just have some time. I mean, I had the kids section all set up because, I'm all for kids. And just to have that time and have a yarn and sit and get to feel into themselves and say stuff and connect. And, women's business, we kind of missed that along the way somehow. So, yeah, it was a really beautiful experience on the beach. And then COVID hit. That was really quick, wasn't it? It was like for me personally, from having my Kundalini awakening here. Remember I shaved my head?
Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah. It's grown now.
It has grown. That was what, like 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
2019. Yeah.
2019.
So and then we we're at the beach, and there's all these things started happening as they always do. And I just got all these messages and everything. I did over 300 paintings and wrote a
Wow.
book in the time. Yeah, it's just like, Ray, you got stuff want to come out, girl. So beautiful experience. And I ended up, I'm just going to put the kettle on. Have you got a cuppa there? I'm needing a cuppa. Hey.
Yes. Yeah, I have one
So
here. Are you talking
yeah.
to someone else?
No, you, Todd. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. And
Yeah.
so
So we're back. There's the bus.
okay,
So
so this
yeah,
is this your land where you're building your off grid?
yeah, yeah. Even when we were at the beach, we still God, I gotta have three hands, don't we? Can't wait till that happens.
Just set it down.
Okay. I will. It's the phone. Okay, there I am. Making a cover. So light our stove. There you go. Boom. So basically when COVID hit, right, I was already in this flourish of doing, but it wasn't really doing because it was just living. And it was like being a little kid. I don't know, all your dreams. Like for me, I always wanted a house by the beach, for myself, because my parents lived on the Gold Coast and stuff, and it was all theirs and everything. And it's nice to have your own vibe, your own thing going on,
Hmm.
So I got to do that, and I got to experience it with all the kids. And basically through that, I evoked my eldest son, who's 25 now, to come over all the way from WA. Now, I don't know if you know about, the restrictions and everything like that here in Australia, but basically WA got hit hard, and their borders have been shut until, I think they're still shut, or, relaxing or something like that. I mean, that's years. So somehow, with all my just being, I got to get my son over. He travelled in his car with his mate, as you do, as you're supposed to do when you're young. And he was only like, 22 that stage. And they drove across country, a couple of thousand Ks, to come and be with us. And then he lived with us as a family again for a year.
Wow.
He got a job, and because he's a bartender, so you get a job anywhere. And then he met and fell in love with his girlfriend. They were working together, and how beautiful is that? And this all happened through COVID. Like, what? And so basically through the first year of COVID, I was sitting like a queen. I had my whole family there at home. I think a lot of mums would be feeling like that, because you got to, everyone got to experience what it's like to be at home when mums are, or, generally a lot of mums at home and the carers and stuff. And so then for us, the ones that do care, everyone came to us, and it was just beautiful. We had 11 people.
Wow. 11 moms?
No, just me.
Oh, 11 people in the house?
Yeah. So
Wait, how many kids do you have?
I
I
got
forget.
6, and then
6
it's like,
kids.
the 2 elders, they lived there with their boyfriend and their girlfriend. And so it was just beautiful. And connective. We got a pool table, and you can't go to the pub, stuff it, we'll have a pub at home, mate. That sort of thing. And then of course the severity of it came in the following year, which would be, oh God, where are we now? So the 21st, like last year, this time last year, sort of thing, about August last year, where in New South Wales they said tools down, right? They're trying to get the contractors, the men that have the families and go out there and work, the one income families and stuff, the young blokes who are trying to get up in the world, that sort of thing. And so he came home that day, and we just looked at each other, and we just knew, and we just went, right, go. So he went, and he got there before midnight here. And then within a week, he got a job on the cotton gin and stayed here for 6 months working, because when that cotton comes in, it's hard and fast, and you got to be there 12-hour days.
Damn.
12 days straight, 2 days off, go again, sort of thing. Yeah. So big business, cotton. I'd like it to be hemp one day. I'm wearing my hemp dress. I'm here to make change like that, as we do. But right now, this is good for us in the sense that we get to continue to have our family, because, one income families. So, and Damo loves to work. Like, he's nuts. He works like 2 or 3 men. I've got to show you while that kettle's boiling. I'll show you. He did all this from scratch. So last time you seen it, it wasn't quite like this.
So how long has he been working on it?
So since 2018, I'd say. Yeah. But of course, living on the beach, he'd only come up once every 3 months or 2 months and plant another fruit tree, you know what I mean? Keep it going. And I got to do some painting and stuff. I'm going to try and turn my thing. I can't. Look, you're just going to I'll have to wing it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So he's
put up a fence.
Yeah, made a wall.
Made a wall.
And I've started a mural before the COVID thing.
This is
Now I'm back.
the 5D family.
There you go.
Butterflies.
There you go. Yeah, all the girls, all of us
So
painted some of that. And then you
what's
come in. So it's a green door. You know the old song, behind the green. And then, I mean, it's rustic as it's in a work in progress. So basically, all around here is, I don't even know what you can see. All around here is putting in all the footings and everything and collecting all the wooden stuff to be able to do all decking everywhere.
I see.
So
Yeah.
we're going to have a hot tub there because I had a dream that I was sitting in a hot tub when I was in my 60s looking out and he's in the kitchen cooking me dinner. So that's what we're doing. It's
And
kind of
so
like
how many rooms is it? Is it
okay,
like
so
one
yeah,
big
so yeah, I know, right? So you come in, he dug every single hole, put every single
Wow.
steel bit. He's he's incredible.
It's awesome.
And then yeah, and he's afraid of heights, hey, and he even grabbed the tin bits and Jimmy shuffled on the roof with his guts. Like, look at these sheets.
Wow.
And you see all of this here?
Yeah.
These great. It's beautiful. It's open and you can see the sunrise. You can see the sunset over there. Hello, sun. Hello. Well, that's there for me because when we were on the beach, I took some time out because at that stage I had 5 kids in 3 different schools.
Wow.
Go figure, right? So I even had to go to one of the schools and say, excuse me, can my daughter come here? Because not only do you have really cool little lunch looking uniform, but you're on the strip, you know what I mean, for the morning run and then the pickup. And because you're only allocated a school to your zone or whatever, you know, you get given a school. So I got to choose a school. And so, yeah, so it made it a bit easier. A bit easier.
A bit
Anyway,
easier. So,
you know,
so how
and
big?
then
Go ahead.
no, well, and then that was when they were at school, right? But then when all this stuff went down, when I'm saying that I had a whole year of all my kids there at home, it was pretty much all the time because in New South Wales, they just did distance ed for like 18 months.
Right.
So like a year and a half of the kids' schooling was at home through Zoom. That's why I have Zoom. I couldn't do the other thing.
It had a positive effect on your family, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, time to grow up. Get real. Enjoy.
So
But I got spoiled. This is what I was saying. I got spoiled. I got to do and learn a modality, a new one. I know how to make stained glass windows.
no kidding.
No kidding. So that little grate up there in the corner is going to be mine.
Okay. So you're going to pick up like loose glass and just
No. You can do it with anything, and it's not just the LED lighting. There's also mosaic art, and I've learned these things. And I had you know how, Todd? I don't know, but you know how sometimes you're going. People are looking up to me, this, that, and the other, and everything, right? Sometimes you feel like that. I don't know. As a mum, you kind of feel like that, and then you're like, well, actually, I want to do that to someone else. I want to, you know, find out some information and skill sets and stuff from someone else.
Okay.
You know, and I met my beautiful teacher, Alison Rees, and her and I just became besties. And she just taught me so much, just this gorgeous thing that she'd been doing for 30 years. She was a teacher, school teacher for 40 years, you know, and then her marriage broke down in that, and she knew what she wanted to do inside of herself, and she'd been suppressed, I guess, for that part. And just to see her in her own world doing that, she just had her workshop in a garage. Do you call them garage? Carport?
Yes.
Yeah. And she had it set up there, and so we had lots of women, and so spoiled, Todd.
Why?
It just happens so naturally. Like, I just, you know how you talk in your phone and stuff, or you're talking around your phone, and then like, I don't know, you could be thinking or talking of, oh, I need to buy something from here, or I need this or that, and then you get the ad come up.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this worked in my favor because I said, I really want to do an art or something like that. And she just popped up and it was done. Job done. So I think that was a bit more spirit connected than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm hearing you. I'm getting what you're saying. I'm getting what you're saying. You're saying that, you know, for all intents and purposes, you've dived into it. You and your family have dived into it, and you can see through what's happening frequency-wise. That's why you're saying you're spoiled, because it just gets better and better.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you what do you think that on a personal level, what do you think is the biggest?
Oh shit, the kettle.
What do you on a personal level, what do you think is the number one thing that you have to do to be in that frequency 100% of the time, or, you know, doing what you're doing, you and your family?
Surrender.
Surrender what?
To love.
To
love, just surrender to it, and just everyone's doing it anyway. I can't believe this last 4 days. It's like another wave picked up and just went whoosh, and everybody's on it. It's incredible. So all the people that have ever been scared or this, that, the other, because I think that hinders the momentum of it, because it's there for everyone and it happens naturally anyway. It's just a momentum though, you know. So the momentum goes super speed. I'm not left-handed, but I'll try. I am today. And then I will tell you though, in that 6 months that he was gone, like when we said tools down, right? And then I'm left holding the fort.
Where were you at that time? What state?
At the beach.
At the beach in New South Wales. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, on the Central Coast.
Okay.
Just out of Sydney.
Okay.
So you know, we were
so
out of the hot spots, but still being treated as such.
In that 6 months, he went. He had to. He went. Okay.
He had to go. Tools down.
And so you.
So he came here.
All right.
Yeah, and then I was still at the beach with all the kids, and it was a really. I knew that I didn't want them in school anymore when last year, the last term, my girlfriend and I were there, and she was living with me. She's another absolutely gorgeous connection person that I met there. And Angeline Nelson, she does that. And she does the angel method, and she's incredible. She's been through it all. And she's come up with these things, and I just did some volunteer work online with things with this, and we got together and she stayed with me for a while. Anyway, she was there with me when Faye, because you know my little Faye, she's 9 now. she was doing a Zoom room classroom with her teacher, and her teacher started saying weird shit, like, you know, when little Johnny goes into the shop and goes and buys an ice cream, and how the subject should be the ice cream, right? Well, they've changed it. The subject is now Johnny. So I picked up on that. Yeah, big time, Todd. Then I started downloading some of the, you could call it scripture that they have in there, you know, the workload or whatever, and the wording and everything. It's just revolting. They're trying to make people.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not nice. So what I did was, I pulled her out, and how can you pull them out? They're at home anyway, doing distance ed. I just said, this doesn't sit well with me. I'm not really happy about that. And they didn't know this year, when they go back, if they were going to have to wear masks. Little kids wearing masks. Oh my God, you got to breathe.
So what was in the words of their publication that was making you sick? Like, well, as an example.
Oh, that's strong. Okay. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember. Well, that's a pretty big one. Little Johnny goes to go get an ice cream, and the subject verb is not the ice cream anymore. It's little Johnny. So they're trying to teach contractual law. This is year 3. They get them really young. And then I was having a look at some of her other stuff, yeah, and it says it was having words like, you can't get anywhere if you don't fail, and I can't really say it the right way, but
so this is, but I mean, so what you're saying is either it was affecting a policy affecting the kid, or what they're actually telling the kid, one way or the other.
Them.
Yeah. Okay.
Teaching them.
Yeah.
So they're changing the teaching, and it's not cool.
Right.
And so, she's so spirited though. She's so gorgeous. We did watch her, and for that moment when that sort of teaching was coming in and we were listening and it picked up on us and we're going, what? She's there. And she got distracted and started colouring in something else. And then there was another time in this same week, it's almost like they just started dumping it. And she went to the toilet. Buddy said, I need to go to the loo. So she missed those things, yay.
There is a, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and we're here to protect, so...
Yeah.
You know, we have done that, and that I'm going to take my coffee. Oh, actually, I'll show you in the bus first, and then shall we take the coffee and go on a walk to the river?
Well, yeah. Let's
do that. Okay, so it's really basic right now because this is its third, what do you call it, Reno? Third Reno? Because it's growing with us, the bus.
Oh, the bus. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because she's a part of our home. So basically, okay, I'll go from in here out, and then I'll show you.
Well, that's cool. You can leave and take part of your home with you.
Yeah, that's cool. Right. So this has been upgraded so that we've got, this was made for the teenage girls, because they were starting to get a bit affected with everything, and they basically stole my car, and
so that was the party house.
They've done some naughty
You're lucky
stuff.
You're lucky they didn't steal you're lucky they didn't steal the bus.
Yeah, I know, right? If only they could. You know, being young and that, having duchies and stuffs that you as a teenager want to do, and I feel for all the teens that have been suppressed and not able to have maybe loving homes and stuff when they're under lockdown, and all these rules and the forcing of this and that.
Yeah.
it was disgusting. The only time, right, because I never wear a mask and I never bother about all that sort of stuff. The kids have to see one human face. So when you're out and about, and so lucky they get to see mine. I'd go into lolly shops and all the little kids are there and that, and they just like come up and start talking to me and stuff, because I'm the less scary one. Anyway, and I wanted to show my kids that, there's something wrong here. That I did a bachelor's degree in public relations. I have no idea why I did it. It took me 8 years, but I went with it because obviously now I realize it was spirit-led to learn about corporations and businesses and all of their psychosomatics of what they do and their profiling and everything, so that it's really easy for me to see, what's going on. So that made it easier. It's very confusing to people who don't know all that sort of stuff, just to even push through the barriers of the feeling of, but somebody wouldn't do that to me. It's like a DV relationship. Just being completely disrespected, made to think that they're just compost, it's awful. We are divine beings. We haven't even touched or scratched the surface, and it's exciting as fuck. This is amazing, Anyway, I'm chatting and I'm sitting and chatting and my coffee is getting cold. We go through here. He even made a hallway. So here, where you see this, we're going to put all of the photos up along there of our trip.
Really?
Around the country, all our best photos. Yeah, like we get a hallway with the photos thing, like.
That would be cool. Just like a montage on the ceiling and the walls.
Yeah.
The door.
And the boys have gotten into archery. So I picked up a bow and arrow and did it straight up first go.
So let me ask you this: How old are your kids and their partners?
Okay. And we go through.
Like what's the age? Yeah. What's that? Is that the?
Yeah, this is like where the kids used to sleep. You can't really see.
Is that
the light? Okay. So this is where the kids used to sleep.
Right.
Like, and then this used to be the kitchen. That's why there's holes in the floor and stuff. So we're all renovating everything. That used to be the kitchen. Now it's going to be the hallway, and this used to be the lounge room.
That's pretty big. So, I mean,
it really is. We drove this and lived in it for 5 years.
How was that a standard? Was that like a standard school bus or what? What was it?
Yeah, a special bus, I think.
It's pretty long.
It is, and then. We used to have a queen in here and then cupboards and everything for clothes and stuff, but we've ripped it all out and chucked in a king-size bed. So there's our king-size bed.
And that place is huge.
I know, right? I mean we've got to do the ceilings and everything, but it's exciting. Yeah. And now the kids, like...
Now, how old are your kids? Kids?
Well, we've got 2 boys and they're 15 and 16, and the 16-year-old, he's... really into construction. So he's been helping his dad. Just this weekend, just gone, on Anzac Day weekend, they knocked up a pantry together.
Wow.
So this is the bathroom. So we had a toilet and shower.
Wow.
He's had to doctor it. We need a new tap set. He gets that next week. But that was all perfect for traveling and living here. So yeah, we lived here. So we lived in this bath for the nearly 4 years of traveling, and then we lived in it here at the block for another year, nearly a year and a half. So we actually lived here. We've come back. Yeah, we've come back to the town and people are so beautiful. They're like, I said, oh, Damo's working at the Conjun now, and they're like, are you still living at the block? And I said, we're kind of, that's our love nest right now. Our little escape from, have I got something on the chain? Our little escape from all the teenagers, because, yeah, we got the 9-year-old, 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-old.
15, 16, 17, 18, and 2 partners, right?
No, oh yeah.
How old are
But
the
no,
partners?
the eldest is 25. He's still on the coast.
Okay.
He chose to stay on the coast. So
Okay, I
it's
gotcha.
just us with the 5 at the moment.
15,
Oh,
16, 17, 18, 19, and 9.
yep. Yeah.
So you've got a
Go for a walk. I know, right? So we love having this because this is like our little bungalow. We get to, hang on, I should turn it around. Wait, okay, so I'm going to walk out. We used to have a massive pool there. There's the hammock. This tree here, right, when we left.
how big is your
That's my car.
oh wow.
She's
Cool.
gorgeous, isn't she?
Freedom. How big is your
Yeah.
property? How big is your property? Your land.
I'd say half an acre,
Okay, cool.
maybe a bit more, maybe an acre. I have no idea. That's a Damo thing. He does that. But this tree, yeah, he knows that. This tree, when we left, was pizzled by the kids for marshmallow sticks, you know, for the fire. And it was only like up to here. Now look at it. Without the kids picking it.
Good gosh. It's huge. 5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's our eucalyptus. We love our trees, all our trees. Oh my God, I love you. Yes. And then I've got my day bed. So the mattress is inside in case it rains. That's where you sunbathe and you can watch the sunset because the sunset's over there. I call this the sunset strip. And then at night you can lay down and look up at the stars.
Wow.
So we just got clouds at the moment. Right? So you get to just play.
Yeah. So
and we grow
how
our
many
own food.
Huh? What's that?
We grow our own food.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty paramount considering that our oldest 2 are vegans as well. And, you know, you're not guaranteed of always getting fresh produce, fruit and veg. You know what I mean? You kind of want to find other stuff.
Are you able to pull out of your garden every day?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This tomato plant, the tomatoes, this is their 8th time of giving. Because, I don't know, it just keeps giving. The spinach lasts up to 2 years. You just take a leaf at a time instead of taking the whole thing like they sell you at the shops, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
So it just...
That's the thing. People don't know stuff anymore. We've been removed from our own cells. So it's just everywhere. They just keep coming and the birds come in as well. We just pick. I love putting together the chives, the spinach, the basil, the tomatoes, the saltbush with cashews and bok choy, and that's my salad. So the only thing I'd have to buy is cashews. And then, you know, I'd have a conversation with Damo and say, I want cashews. I love cashews. Grow me a cashew plant. And so then he goes, gets one. And then we wait. It'll come. This is our plum trees. We just got these 2 for Valentine's Day, 1 each. So we'll eat plums raunchy together when they do their thing and grow. Because everything starts small. And
are there a lot of people? Excuse me. Are there a lot of people living out there in that area?
No, this is a really small community. It's the cotton farming thing. We're like 120 k's away from any Coles or Woolies, you know. So, and if you go 120 k's west, you go to Lightning Ridge, where there's opals, and there's the hot springs, so you can sit in a artesian basin water, which is ancient water that's got minerals in it and everything, and you can just sit there and watch the moon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And then
with all that
you go,
energy, with all that energy on your property,
yeah, yeah.
do supernatural things happen there? Like, do you
Um,
guys have a higher degree of high frequency activity in whatever form it might be?
yes, but it's down to earth. So, like for instance, hang on, I'll have to go show you. I was doing, because we're going to go for a walk to the river. Like, you know, we'll have a bearded dragon greeted me here on the stump when I came back from the beach, because the dragons brought me into the beach. They got me my house. I had a dream and I got it. I even got on a radio station and told them what had happened, and they were just like, what? It was really cool.
You told them on a
A
radio
story about
station?
how I got the house. Yeah, I did. Because I only had, what was it, 3 days. I'd paid for 3 nights accommodation and, you know, left everyone here, and I had appointments to go see houses. And, you know, Damo goes, because he's a realist, he goes, you got to come back with a house. And I went, yeah, I know, that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I went there, and then all the dragons were there with me. Me and Faye drove down. We stayed. We felt like princesses staying in the motel in the big bed together, and, you know, spoilt because we'd been living in the bus for 5 years. It was really nice, and there was a swimming pool and stuff. So then I had a dream before I left about dancing on wooden floorboards with a big window with blinds and bellowing curtains, and I was dancing in my socks, and it was just so beautiful, right? So anyway, we went and seen these 2 houses with this bloke, real estate agent dude, for a while, and then it was the 3rd house, and Christine was the real estate agent, and, you know, you just know. Walked into the house, there's the same floorboards, there's the same window. Faye goes, so comfortable. Faye just goes, like she's lived there forever, straight into the bloody kitchen cupboards and sits in the kitchen cupboards while she's talking with me and that. And half of me is kind of like, oh, she, you know, she's being naughty, shit, they won't want us here, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That override. And then the other half's like, this is the house. Anyway, that was the day before we left. Then we left. And then you got to drive through the Hunter Valley. So beautiful, Todd. Waterfalls and everything here. Oh, just on the sides where you drive, just down and up.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely stunning state. Wow. Anyway, driving through, and of course it's an area where you get no mobile reception. And 2 kookaburras, and you got to drive slow there too, because it's like windy, you know, mountainous a bit. 2 kookaburras went and landed on Christine Street. Yeah. And guess what? The 2 kookaburras signify the stained glass window door of the house.
Wow.
There was kookaburras on the front door of the house. I knew in that moment, we got the house.
So
we drove to the next town, and I'd missed her call I rang her and I said, "We got it, didn't we?" She go, "Yep, it's all yours."
So, okay. So you mentioned a dream where
Oh
you dreamt of this house.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, and I know because you brought up dreams every time we talk.
yeah.
And I dream a lot too. And I think many people are dreaming more and remembering. But would you say that what your life is becoming frequency wise is like the frequency of lucid dreaming? The same type
Oh,
of
absolutely. Oh,
feeling?
absolutely.
Do you feel like
Absolutely.
it's slowly coming to that for yourself? I mean,
I have been feeling that over the last few years. So it's been an integration, but I've had a few really full-on things happen to me. I'm just standing in front of this gorgeous piece that I did, and I'll tell you what happened when I was doing that, and then I'll talk more about the dragons. I don't know, they're pretty cool. Anyway, have a look at this, right? So I'm here painting. You're asking about this area. Look at this. It's just given flowers for today, right now. I'm just like, thank you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Right? This piece here. Can you see?
yeah,
Yeah. So you know about Josie and everything, and how
yeah.
we got to have the beautiful experience
You
looking after
were
Josie,
you were raising a
a baby
Joey.
Joey.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a baby kangaroo. And she also gave me a gift, talking about the dreaming and stuff. One night she took me out. I was in her pouch, bounding over fences on the country. I know what it feels like. Like right now, just saying, I know what it feels like to bounce, to jump, to move, and it's so beautiful. That was incredible. I got
Wow.
to band with Josie. Yeah, she gave that to me. So this
The,
painting here,
go ahead.
right, the one that I've done there. See how there's the dots there? I'd never done the dots before, right? You see the one on the throat?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here. I'm painting, right? And then the everything stops, right? So, you know, the same feeling as when you're in a dream and it's like it's still. It's
Yes.
still. There's lots of stuff happening, but it's still.
Yes.
So you're not getting, you know, yeah, you get me. Anyway, so it goes like that, right? And then I I turn to look, and there is an Indigenous elder, a male, walking towards me, and then I turn and he takes my pinky and he does a dot with my pinky finger. And I mean, okay,
Yeah.
wait. I mean, you know, the ancestors are here and they're beautiful. I've also listened to some other dude, because it's a gorgeous area. This is Gomeroi Nation, Comilaroi people. And I tell you what, the most gentlest, most giving, most beautiful people. And when you've been estranged from your family and stuff, it's community. That's what community is. And it's all encompassing. It's all sharing and swapping stories and appreciation, you know, just that old fashioned love. There's so many levels to it. Todd, when I was in we're walking to the river now. When I was this is also the space that I had my Kundalini experience. You know, my way lightning. It's just, there's the water tower. I'll show you. There's a water element here.
So
And then like a
they have
pyramid.
like community water, like a big water tank that everybody uses, or does everybody have their own well?
Yeah. Oh no, this is the town's water supply. We've got 2 water towers.
Okay.
This is the one here. You see that?
Okay.
So beautiful. It's predominantly like light green, but it picks up pink, purple, blue, everything with the sunrise and sunsets. I'm always putting up beautiful photos of this space, and some of my friends, they go, I know that you're putting up your block when it's your block. When I see the photo, that's cool. It's like, yay.
So you live near a river or a stream, or what
Yeah.
is it?
Okay, so that's the water tower, right?
Yeah.
That's us,
Okay.
right? And then there's that, we're going over there to the river there. That's the levee at the back, because if the river gets too high, that's to stop it flooding. There's also a memorial well. We're walking down our road. Damo built this road. He built this road. Our whole space was like this, Todd,
Wow.
before we got here.
I think he needs to get husband and dad of the year.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
of
Okay.
the 2020s.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry.
he is. He's pretty mint. So over here in that brush, you can't really see it, but there's a peak of a little bit of a red trim up the top. There's the memorial well. So that's a well that was built in the gold rush period here, because we're only 120 k's away from opals and stuff, and you know how everyone went mad for gold here.
And everywhere.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, that's another point of water that's come up. So you got the water tower, the well, and then you've got the river here. There's a pyramid thing going on here, right?
Right.
So it's really active. Dreams off the hook. Last night I was hanging out.
Are you communicating with the land? Is it communicating
Yes.
with you?
Yes.
Is the pyramid communicating with you?
Pyramid gave me lightning strike and gave me my kundalini. I mean, that's sweet. There's just so much you can't. It's just like I'm walking right now, and I can hear the song of the reeds. The birds. We get the pleasure of seeing them come in at night and roost. We get the pleasure of seeing them wake up, and they come in, and you can hear them, and they talk to you. And they say, I've noticed a lot of the time, like whatever you were thinking the day before, they're saying the next day. So I started saying stuff like, I love you, and then the next day they go, I love you. It's fun. So here we are. See, this is our road. He built the road.
Wow.
I mean, we don't,
That's bigger than a half acre. That's let me look back. Let me see. Where's the house? My God, that's how far does your property go?
So it's a block. That's why we call it a block.
Yeah.
That's
a pretty big block. I would think that it's easily at least an acre. Easily.
It's lovely, isn't it? And then come down here. We just knew when we were traveling that
That was the levee Was that a levee right there?
That's the levee. Yep.
Okay, so that's all right. So
So,
you're just a 5 minute walk to the river.
yep. And Damo loves going and getting yabbies and yellow bellies. They're absolutely incredible. They are
What are they?
they're indigenous medicine. They're a beautiful fish. It's very rich.
Oh
It
wow.
it gives you everything. Hello. It's coming in. See? So actually it's gone down. That's not where the river usually is. You know that Australia has been hit really hard with this geoengineering.
Yeah.
So over this period, we've seen drought, we've seen floods, we've seen bushfires in this state, we've seen mouse plague.
Do you
That's
think
another.
mouse plague?
Yeah, oh yeah. That Damo we had a ceremony by Zoom of burning the insides of our bus because the mice were that bad that got into everything. And when we burnt it, and he's spiritual in the fact of living the dream. Yeah. So, he's a doer. Just gave me a thought of Fraggle Rock. Do you remember Fraggle Rock?
Yes.
Down in Fraggle Rock? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the doozers.
Yeah.
He's a doozer. And this is the river. Look how beautiful, Todd. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah, that's just the pond bit on the outside. So it's a
Okay.
bit sloppy. I can't really get in.
Yeah,
The
that's all
actual
right.
river is at the back.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I see what you mean.
Yeah, so that's the
So,
overspill.
so do you? I mean, like do you know many people out there? Are these people are people, to your knowledge, figuring out that something's up with the weather? Are questioning what's happening?
Online, yeah, absolutely. But I haven't really had any conversations like that community yet because I've just come back. And
Now,
everyone,
how long have you been back there since you've been from the beach?
So last year we came for Christmas. I still had the house, and then we came for Christmas and that, and then we were locked in because of the flood. The water was right up, and so I kind of felt like it was Gilligan's Island. Like they had to helicopter in some Christmas presents. And
how long did that flooding last?
8 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it flooded the showgrounds. They got it well sorted here though, because it just they open up the showgrounds, they open up the golfing court and let it do its thing. They're
so
it's a really resilient community. They're really beautiful people.
So
and then I went back to the beach. After that, I went back to the beach. That's when Damo dropped the seed, do you want to live here? Again. And I went back to the beach, and I had my brother staying there at the house, and he's gorgeous. He helped me through a bit of a period of uncertainty. My presence online, I have no fear. So it's an integrative process to get to that point. But there was last year when I don't know, I just, no fear, strong. He though was there for me during the time when I was there with all the kids, having to sort out, get them all onto registered for homeschooling, get them out of school. There was that sense of urgency, not so much, yeah, there was really, I guess. Like, this has to be done. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not real good with that. So anyway, I did all that. And he was good there with me for that because I have been sharing and caring in the Facebook community, like what they say, community standards, for over 12 years, sharing my children growing up, sharing our experience traveling around country, sharing my volunteer work with face painting and the safety houses for kids. So much stuff. Hi guys. And and then they just took it away from me. So I did a live video with my girlfriend. Like I said, she was staying with me as well, and just saying about the reality of what's happened to us and how we haven't even been under the crown since World War II.
So this live got you, they removed your account.
30-day ban, and then bullshit because, it's too long, you haven't been in your account, and no matter what you do, what processes you go by, nah, gone. Yep.
So you were basically on this live. You were basically, I think I might have seen this part of it, but yeah, you were saying what's going on there locally with the weather manipulation, the
everything.
COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just from the point of view of a
that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy because the second David Icke video that we did, the video that was before him, it was a young lady, and we just talked for like 4 minutes about COVID and said what's really happening. I mean, it was obvious, and I think maybe 3 minutes of that second David Icke show, but both of those, they just took off. They just removed them. But in your case, they shut you down totally.
Oh yeah, my whole profile gone, and it was just lucky that I have friends that I made admin of certain groups that I had to be able to get back some things, because I mean it takes your videos, your photos, everything. I mean, in the last 12 years, Faye's only 9, so her entire existence was on there.
You'll get it back. You'll get it back in time. Everything will be, yeah. So, man.
Yeah, but it was a good thing in the sense that it gave me less time on device, right, and more time to get my shit together.
Right on.
Because, and then get it all done and dusted and then get here. So it just, and yeah, so Damo came and with a truck and packed everything up and took off with it. Oh my God. At that same stage, I was going through my first ever, do you say suing when you sue someone, or court battle, or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the same time, so yeah, so there's a lot of layers where I've been then. I had, this is what we do to ourselves a lot, like, what I want to be, what I want to do, all that sort of stuff, right?
Right.
So I've got all these art modalities and everything. I love the art therapy and stuff. And what do I love the most? Kids. So I signed up with a college to do youth work, right? To be a youth worker. And it was horrendous. So, as you know, a lot of these courses and everything of the system are online, right? So I started that, and then they say that it's flexible learning and everything, and yet every single module is shut, closed, so you only get to see one subject at a time. In the portal, it was a mismatch of people from all different subjects at different levels, all sorts of stuff. It was just a shit show and hard to navigate. And after having done a bachelor degree online with Torrens University, which was just smick, this was a joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And loads of people, students were in there, and lots of them were saying, this is hard to be motivated. What is this? Blah, blah, blah. It's hard to do. And no, so they already had me on the hook. So they were taking $73 out of my bank account every week.
Why?
To pay for this course. They wanted over $5,000 for this thing to get a certificate to be a youth worker, right?
Did you cancel it?
I tried. You only get this 7-day cooling off period. On the 7th day,
it doesn't even matter. It's just yeah, I get it. I get the point of that story. Yeah, it's you know,
it's shit.
You're doing
and the stuff they were teaching, what I was reading. Honestly, Todd, it was so disturbing.
Yeah,
they had sensitive material straight up, like.
Wow. Well, that's what that's what's been happening in America. But I just got to say,
I just sued him.
Oh, you
no
did?
Good. Yeah, and the judge was in my favor. So they were even trying to get me. I sent them a cease and desist for taking monies and that, because I already tried with student services and that to get it all. Like, I don't want to do this. Can you offer me something else, maybe? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This is not cool. I don't know. Can we do something here? And it's all contractual law, and they make you as a student agreement, and it's just agreeing just to pay money. They're not actually having to do anything.
That's how it's set up in the U.S. It's interesting. It's interesting to hear your experience over there, because the same thing's happening here. Hey, I gotta say, first of all, I gotta say thanks for coming in, and it's such it's incredible, this hour and 15 minutes we spent. Your whole lifestyle and your energy all speaks for itself. And the cool thing is, you got 11 people or so involved in the situation. I mean, you're actually, embodying and anchoring to the nth degree. I mean, it's an amazing thing to see. So I just want to say thanks for sharing that with us. And yeah, keep going, doing what you're doing. And we'll check in with you again later in the year.
Yeah, do it. I've got to show you the pantry, remember?
Oh, yeah, the pantry they just put out for you, yeah. They just built it yesterday, right?
Yeah. And I want to tell you that all the wood was free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, given, because he works so hard in that. And when the cotton comes in, it's wrapped up in, you'd probably know the wood because it comes from America.
Okay.
Do you see? Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it. It looks like pine.
Yeah, but it's a nice pine.
I don't know. Yeah,
so
it is pine.
And we got all these spare slabs with it, and we got all this, and this is all just because what is it? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
And when you're personable and you have a chat and you share a bit of your dreams and that, there's a fragment that goes into someone else and they pick up on it too, and then it comes back to you. Yeah. So, and this is our little friggy.
That's a friggy. What's a friggy?
A friggy is a
What the hell is a
Some
freaky?
people are
Huh?
people are going to be like,
Wait,
"Yay!"
let me see what a freaky
Yes,
is. Let me
this
see.
is a freaking.
What the hell is a freaky? It looks like
So
an oven. Is it? Oh, is that a microwave? What is that?
no, it's a complete wood oven.
It's a wood oven.
A wood
Okay.
oven, baby. No gas, no nothing.
Okay, so
That's
where do you put the wood? In there?
I think you put it in here. There's
Okay.
clay in there as well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you can hold some wood in there. But obviously we'll just have a big basket of wood, and then you can make pies, pizza. Look how big that is.
Yeah. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Provide you some
So
heat too.
yeah,
Provide you some
that's
heat.
right. And then you can put your kettle on top. He's
Yeah.
just got to put the
Yeah.
flue
Put the
top
flue
through.
up. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
cool.
And then that means that no matter what, we can eat.
Wow. Powerful. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing, and best to you and your family. And wow,
Love you, beautifuls.
be interesting to catch up with you in a few months and see
Oh,
what kind of progress has
absolutely.
happened now. Thank you so
Well,
much.
yeah.
I appreciate you. It's good seeing
Yeah.
you.
Love you, Todd. Love you,
Peace out.
Morgan.